What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I just recorded this video and it turned into 33 minutes, so we are going to quickly run through it again. We're going to try and keep it under 10 minutes. Maybe it turns into 15 minutes. No promises, as always, but we're going to try. All right, so today we're mainly going to be talking about US oil and what I'm about to be doing with US oil and what I'm about to be doing with VIX. All right, now, all right, I don't want anybody to be flipping bullish while you're up here. It would make absolutely no sense. I understand you're climbing. I understand oscillators are curving back up. All right, but you still have all of you have your bearish divergences. You have your bullish divergence on the VIX. We'll just get rid. Oh, didn't mean to do that. We will just get rid of you. Get rid of you just so we can quickly run through it on my own. Get rid of you. All right, let's quickly run through it. Okay, before we go over oil, we're going to go through, and guys, I'm going to have another market update video coming out towards market close today. It's going to drop around 3:30, we'll say. That's not this video. This video is strictly what I think is going to be happening with CPI moving forward, with just inflation in general, and what's like, I mean, the big picture of the market, what's going to be happening. But this one's got US oil tying into it, as well as, I mean, the VIX ties into all of them. But the fact that US oil is doing this right when VIX is doing that is pretty cool to me. I think it doesn't mean anything, but it all ties together. Okay, so what do we have? These lines here. We have this is the start of the month, the end of the month, start of the month, end of the month. All right, we went down a total of, oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's just go over here. Go like that. We went down. We literally finished 8% down. Then if we finish right here, we're only like, we're not really moving down in a meaningful way. Like, if you want to see everything start going back to normal, you're going to need crude oil to come back down to these levels, and they're going to need to fall 50%, 30%, like around, like you're going to need it to come back into this range, not this range. Like if it bounces back up here, guys, I'm sure as hell you're going to see the SPY have another leg down. You can see everything have another leg down. VIX is going to go crazy. I mean, VIX, I think, is going to go crazy anyway. I think we just got to be patient on this one and wait till it touches our trend line there, which we got to make sure we have our exact trend line. I want you guys to do this on your screens as well. Trend lines are important, okay? Your lines need to be exact. They really do, because like algorithms run this shit. And if you don't have exact lines, chances are you're going to miss it. All right? Or, I mean, you're just not seeing the real price action. All right, so we are very close to our target. We said if you break this, you are going to be heading down there. Yes, it has taken so flipping long. It's been redonkulous. A whole 20% from our original breakout zone right there. A whole 18%. But yeah, guys, VIX is, I'm not going to say the oscillators are looking super bullish here, but you are oversold. Okay, and you do also have this bullish divergence, okay, on VIX. While you're going down there, over there, we come over to SPY, and we're just going to quickly paint out these divergences for you. You're going up there, bearish divergence. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Bearish divergence. You don't have it on the RSI. You do on that. Bearish divergence, bearish divergence. Let's pull you back down. Look at that. More bearish divergence. Bitcoin, bearish divergence while you are literally going up. Bearish divergence right here on the bit of corns. Bearish divergence right here. Come over here to VIX. Like I just pointed out, you got your bullish divergence on the VIX. All right. Do we have weekly bullish? We're not even going to look at that because we are, the SPY and QQQ, in my opinion, are looking bullish on the weekly. But at the same time, holy cow, these stochastics have came up very quick. And holy shit, guys, I'm just saying, okay, if you grab dated calls back here, super big congrats to anybody who did so. I know how calls move, so I don't think the gain would have been nearly as big as if you just did what we did and played each individual move. But hey, guys, super big congrats to anybody who like literally captured this whole move. We literally called the bottom. I didn't buy the super dated calls like that. That was not my move. But hey, if you did, guys, you caught a very large amount of a movement there. $43 on the QQQ. Holy shit. How much is that on the SPY? Like, this is nuts, dude. $46. That's so much money, dude. That's so much money. So guys, we did successfully call that bottom. I told you guys I didn't know if it would be the bottom, but I told you guys that yeah, guys, my indicators are telling me we are very close to having a bottom, and that is exactly what happened. That's crazy, all right? Now, who says, now that we had something like this, who says we don't continue a little higher and then literally turn down right around this range, right where we did last time? We turned right, yeah, right there. Literally where we are right now on the CCI on the weekly is where we turned down last time. And as you see, your stochastics, they're higher than you were last time. Like, we're getting into that overbought territory pretty quick, but your RSI is actually staying under 50 right now, which is, guys, this is pretty cool. Technical analysis continues to blow my mind. Like, it really doesn't get much better than this. It's fucking crazy. All right, like, at the same time you're approaching this line again, you're also approaching on the RSI. This is where the buyers should be taking control, right at 50. At the same time, your stochastics are coming up to that overbought level on the weekly. At the same time, you got this bad boy looking ready to pop off from this longer dated trend line we got going on here. And at the same time, Bitcoin is in a bear flag, getting rejected at the peak of its bear flag. Like, guys, everything just looks so flippin' perfect. It blows my mind how perfect TA really can be. All right, and at the same time that these are topping, in my opinion, topping. All right, they don't have to be topping. I said, like, hey, like, who says we don't keep going a little higher and bring this all the way up here? This thing could start turning down there. That thing could start turning down there, just like we did here at the mother of all bear traps. And then, ooh, boom, within 2 weeks, we're down $30 within, what is this? 4 bars within 4 fucking weeks. No, not 4 fucking weeks. Right here. Come down here. So that was 6 weeks right here. 6 weeks, we fell at $90 on the QQQ. Absolutely insane in the membrane. Obviously, we're not going to be catching that big of a move if we do end up, if we do catch a move like that, because our contracts are only, they got next week on them, next week's expiration. So they're catching it like that. But yeah, guys, I mean, everything really does look like this thing's about to start falling. Okay, you got, like I already pointed out the bearish divergence. I'm not going to do it again. You have your bullish divergence on the VIX and US oil. You actually, I mean, we can kind of call this a bullish divergence. No, we can't call it. What am I talking about? This is not a bullish divergence. What you just witnessed me doing on US oil, looking for this bullish divergence, that was me trying to confirm my bias. All right, so if you guys ever see that going on, you know, just acknowledge it. Be like, hey, that guy's trying to confirm his bias. I'm not going to listen to that guy. I mean, you can listen to stuff that's logical. I mean, I'm pretty logical here, but hey, you're having this US oil breakout. At the same time, you're on the weekly chart, you're all the way down here. I mean, hey, looks good for a rip. It looks good for a rip. And now at the same time, we have SPY's oscillators getting up there. Okay, I'm just saying they're getting up there. They don't have to stop. They could go all the way up there, and we could have a full ass run like this, all right, where we literally ran $50 here and went all the way into this overbought territory on the weekly time frame. And honestly, if this happens, the best case for us to absolutely short the crap out of this mother. Okay, this will be so good. But I'm just going to point out that your weekly oscillators haven't been up here since, like, before we started falling. That's literally where our divergence was given. So I'm just saying, if we do come up here, guys, I'm going to say, hey, we're probably going to start having these massive legs down again. We might have this huge bear market rally, but we're going to have the legs down, and that is going to be the case. Oh, snap, man. 8 minutes. We have made this video into 8 minutes. We covered everything we did in the other one in 8 minutes. That is so flipping cool. Okay, so we're going to cover the options that we're going to be entering. Okay, or I'm going to be entering. You guys can do whatever you choose. Okay, but yeah, we got the bullish divergence on the VIX on the daily time frame. Okay, let's just get rid of that for a sec. Okay, so I'm going to be going long on the VIX when it gets down here. That most likely, from the looks of it, will be taking place today. Okay, and then I think we're going to come back down. We're going to start filling these gaps. Okay, we're going to start filling it right here on the SPY at 378. That is just so far away from where we are. That is so far away. It's so much money to be made if someone can capture that move. Just like we're going to try and capture that move. And all right, so I went over this in the last video that I told you guys I stopped 33 minutes, and now we're at 10 minutes, and it's pretty much the same exact thing. August 31st, these are the calls I'm going to be getting on the VIX, okay, and we're going to be getting the 25 strike there. Yep, they actually just went down in price. They were 210 to 225 last time we were looking at them. But yeah, okay, the 25 strike on the VIX. By the time VIX gets back up to, okay, by the time VIX gets up to 29, which, yeah, you're at 29, and if we get a move like this on the VIX, guys, I do expect it to be something like this. All right, I do expect you to move up like $10. Like, it's gonna be pretty quick. It's gonna be explosive, and that's why, like, hey, it's a bear market, okay? This is why we see the exact same thing over here. You have this explosion down, and then you have this slow grind up. You have this slow grind up, and this explosion down. I mean, here I can't really say you grind it back up. No, you just kind of stayed sideways for a little while. You just stayed sideways, slightly went up, boom, get hammered down. Have this slow grind up, boom. You just have so long of red right here. You having this all this chop, this consolidation, this slow grind up, boom, you get hammered down. I'm just saying, guys, that is exactly what I think is going to be taking place here. I didn't think that indices would get back up to this consolidation. We are literally at the top of the consolidation with QQQ. If it does get out here, it can be a technical breakout, but at the same time, your oscillators are all the way up here. Like, I'm serious, this breakout isn't going to go far. All right, it's really not going to go far. And at the same time, you got VIX over here. Like, look at how many times VIX has bounced off this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this was in the past. Yeah, this is in the past year. We bounced 4 times. What are the odds that this is the first time we don't bounce? All right, yes, there's a chance that we come down here and we start chopping it up down here just like we did here. All right, and we got all the way down to 15. But does that happen? Probably not. Probably not. We're probably going to start at least seeing a bounce like this where we come up. What was this? Came up $6 on that. That was a 40% move right there. 35% move, we'll call it. Right there before you reverse back down and formed a new trend line. And I do think that is going to be happening again. Look what happened here. You hit this, went back up, came back down pretty quick, and formed this new trend line. The same exact thing that happened here. And let's see what that move was. 40% move, just like this one was a 30, it was a 35% move. All right, guys. So what was the other contracts that I was going to go over? We were going to be going over OXY and HUSA. Okay, so oil. Okay, and the reason we're doing this is because of this. All right, we are currently breaking out of on US oil. We're breaking out of this downtrend. This downtrend stems back to 124. All right, so actually, I'm also going to draw something else here. That something that's forming, is that a thing? We're going to keep that up. And because this is on the chart now, the top of this, the target for wedges are the top. So that 123 mark right there, that can be a price target for this. Okay, but this downtrend break is actually went over in the last video. The way you the last video that I just recorded, that was 33 minutes, and then stopped recording, and now I'm recording this one. But yeah, we went over in that video. The way you measure these is literally via Bulkowski. You come down to the right there, okay, the most recent furthest point, okay, before the breakout, and it's a pretty unfortunate breakout price we have here, coming all the way up to, we'll call it 103. But if this is really our falling wedge, and I do believe that is exactly what we have forming here, all right there. All right, come back over the daily chart. Yeah, guys, there's no denying that we do have this bullish falling wedge here going on US oil. That is actually also the same exact thing we do have on the VIX, but I would say this is a pretty sloppy looking one. But nevertheless, it is pretty much the same exact thing going on, and this is why I was saying it was a sloppy looking one. Like, this is kind of a I mean, it's a slight one, but it's like, it's this downward channel, but at the same time, eventually these would connect. But hey, if we're seeing this at the same time that we're seeing this, and the VIX oscillators are in the oversold territory, while the US oil oscillators are coming up off of oversold territory and looking bullish, and on the weekly it's looking bullish, as I'd say we have a pretty good case here for US oil to start running. And if it starts running, guys, we're going to have a CPI print that does not go down. Okay, maybe this one comes out next month. Like I said, we started here, all right, and we went down. Say we close right here, 5%. We went down at a low, 14%. Until we start seeing drastic sell-offs on crude oil, we're not going to see CPI start getting hammered down. All right, but whenever the market sees CPI finally hinging down, a lower print, guys, it's gonna rally hard. It's gonna do the same exact thing that it did here. Okay, we got news that okay, we only have 100 basis points to go. Boom, market started rallying its ass off when you have these. And also something I want to bring up. Okay, this is I lost my train of thought earlier. I think this is what I was talking about. Thomas Bulkowski, in one of his books, I think it was Introduction to Chart Patterns, he explains how to look for the bottom of a bear market, because a lot of people just don't know how to spot the bottom of the bear market. And bottom of the bear markets come when all companies, they're getting downgraded. All of them are getting downgraded. There's like no upgrades. All right. And on top of this, you have the market rallying, or the market not falling off of bad news and rallying off of any news. Okay. If the news isn't really bullish, but it's rallying its ass off, there's a chance you're close to the bottom. If you get this really bearish news and the market's not selling off, there's a chance you're near the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna have to see. I think we're still gonna have some bad news coming up, because like I said, like I'm expecting us to start moving back down. All right, but if we get this bad news and it's not a wicked sell-off, guys, I'm gonna call it. Okay, I'm gonna call it that we're very close. I'm calling it right now that we're very close to the bottom. All right, I called it back here that we were very close to the bottom, and I said that this was not going to be the bottom, but it was going to be a bottom for these cycles. Okay, just like this is a top, a bottom, a top, a bottom, a top, a bottom. That's what I do on this channel. I'm just trying to trade the cycles with you guys. Okay, but yeah, as far as oil, okay, we're gonna be looking over Oxy. Now, Oxy is actually elevated, so this is something I'm going to wait on this one. We literally got such a valid entry back then. We were playing the August 19 calls. We had the they might have been these 65s. I don't even remember. Maybe we were playing the 70s. I don't even know. I think, yeah, maybe we were playing the 70s. Okay, so actually, you know what? They're down from where they were. If these were the calls we were playing, then yeah, these things ran all the way to like 300 something bucks. Before selling off wickedly. Yeah, these were them. Okay, yeah, because I entered around 200 bucks. They ran all the way up here, so we're actually in a better spot than we would have if we just held through. But yeah, I think I'm going to be playing the same exact calls here. Actually, I'm going to be playing more dated calls, just because that is what I want. And like I said, when you're at a certain point, you're not looking for these massive gainers that are turn $1,000 into $20,000. You're looking for 5,000 turning $10,000 over like a month span. Because hey, if you're say you're getting 5,000 every month, 12 months right there, $60,000. All right, taxes, maybe you're making like 30,000, 40,000 bucks. All right, but now level up. Okay, now you got 10,000 coming each month. Now you have your 6-figure salary. All right, and honestly, in my opinion, I think we're gonna have that in our second year here on the job. Okay, and I say second year on the job because I started trading around the time that AMC took place. That's when I really got addicted to options. That's the only reason I was so heavily in options around that time. It's because I got addicted. Okay, and it was just about a year ago. It was over a year ago at this point, but around the AMC time. And then I've been in the market since just about the lows of March 2020, which I was buying index funds then, so I didn't even get that gain. So if you guys do see me popping off, trust me, it's not from no luck. Okay, like I got lucky once on AMC. It was the beginner's luck I was speaking to you guys about. Anything after that, guys, it's not luck. You only get lucky a certain amount of times. You can't get lucky 10 times in a row. All right, so just saying, guys, we're gonna pop off, and it's not because of luck. Okay, it's not because of luck. For this one, for oil, okay, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be grabbing, I didn't even finish up what I was saying here. We're going to be grabbing these September ones, and we're most likely going to be going with these 70s, okay? And that is because once they run the money, that's going to be a solid around 50% gain for us, okay? And then once we run to 72.5, then we're looking at, yeah, then we're looking at 100% gain. And I personally think OX is going to run back up to these highs. I think it's probably going to break out from these highs. It's probably going to go a lot higher. Warren Buffett did almost double his position towards the lows, okay, towards these lows down here. Means he probably thinks we're going to have another run similar to that. All right, so I am in the same boat. I do agree with that guy, okay, and that is why I'm going to be touching these September 16 70s, okay. And if you're feeling, if you got more money to play with, hey guys, I'm just letting you guys know, if you do, like, if you're trading with, I don't know, if you're trading with, we'll say $10,000, and you don't want to buy, let's say $10,000 divided by 275, how many you're buying? Like, that's a lot you're buying, man. $10,000 275. All right, you're buying 36 contracts. It gets this kind of similar to what I've been doing with smaller contracts. I don't know why I thought the number would be so much higher, but say you're trading with 10 grand, okay? Why would you go with the 70s when you could go with you could literally buy in the money, or you could buy 65s right out the money, and then by the time you move up $5 on that, yeah, you're looking yeah, if you're actually going to get a better gain than I would playing the 70s. All right, so if you're playing with 10 grand and you want to, let's just call them $500. Now you're only buying 20 contracts, but they're going to be way better moving. They're, in my opinion, these are quality contracts right here. These, by the time you go up $5, you're going to be up almost 100%. Your $470 here is turning into almost $800. So yeah, okay, maybe by the time you get up $7.50, then you're up 100%. All right, so I'm just saying, guys, if you have more money to play with, I have seen that it's very, very much so worth it to play the safer contracts, to play the better moving contracts. All right, and that's just like if we're playing on the SPY, like, dude, I'll put out $400 or $500 for a really nice contract. Yeah, all right, like you gotta know how to play the SPY contracts, because these things. That's what I was saying. Like, if you just held through the whole thing, this whole move, even though we called the bottom, even if you bought data on this, you probably didn't make the most. All right, like, you probably made a lot of money. Excuse me, that was odd. You probably made a lot of money, but it wasn't nearly as much as if you just literally played the swings. Let's see. Okay, you bought the 410s. All right, way back when. Way back when, that would have been over here. It would have been, yeah, see, you would have been up, but it wouldn't have been this absolutely crazy gain. It would have literally been this. You would have went to $250 to $800. You would have gotten under a 300% gain on holding through all of this pain here, this chop, just to go here, when you in reality could have just traded each individual one. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm going to end this video. It's 23 minutes. It could have been 10 minutes. Then I got into talking about options, then talking about nonsense. It's not nonsense, okay, but it's not stuff that needed to be included in the video, and I get frustrated as hell at myself over that, okay, and that's the reason I re-recorded this video. All right, guys, so that is the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one right after this. We're going to look at HUSA right after this, because this was an oil video, and we do have to give you guys some options. I'm going to be, again, choosing the September contracts because it doesn't have to move now, but when oil starts heating up, the small caps are going to start absolutely popping off, and it looks like we are actually starting to pop off today. So I have to start getting in these contracts, but I'm going to be getting in the $5 strike right here. I'm going to put in a bid for 60. We'll put it in for 70. We'll just do it for 70. And we will just wait. As you see, there's not volume today. There's barely any open interest here. But when shit starts to come, okay, when the volume starts coming in like we had over here, that's when contracts are going to be traded, and we're getting in early so we can sell to people who are buying on this big green 50% green day. We're going to be selling to those people, all right? And we're going to be selling way higher than it is now, okay? Because if we end up having a run, and I think we're going to have another run like this. I think we are going to have one. Comes up to like $6-7. We'll say $7, okay? You hit the $7. This minimum is worth $200, okay? There you go. Okay, if you're getting in for 50, there's your, what is it, 400% gain. Okay, if you're getting in for 70, there's your 200% gain. There you go. All right. That is personally what I'm about to be entering. I'm also going to enter into the OXY contracts right away. And then VIX, I told you guys I am remaining patient on that one because I do believe VIX is going to steadily make its way down here into hitting this trend line. We are so very close to hitting it, guys. We really are. Look at that. And this is what I was saying. It looks like a downward channel rather than a flag. Like, or not a flag, a wedge. Like, yeah, it looks like a wedge, but it doesn't, like, it's not coming in, like, too steep like that. It's like that. It's like a channel. All right. But nevertheless, we are about to hit the trend line on the VIX, and that is where I will be going relatively heavy into that. I'm going to match the current position I got right now, which I'm not going to say hasn't been hasn't gotten deteriorated over the last few days, but either way, I'm going to put about 5k into the VIX, and yeah, it's for the reasons I have gone over this whole video. So I guess there's not really anything else to go over. We've covered everything. When VIX gets right around this 2120, that is when I will be entering. And with that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.